Hey everyone, this is Scott from Metalhead. Welcome to our first deep dive for Super Mega Baseball 4. If you're new to the series, welcome. If you're coming back, it's great to see you again. We've got a ton of awesome stuff to tell you about the new game. It may not surprise you that one of the things we started to think about when we joined EA Sports was the possibility of bringing some real-life star power to the series. But there was a design challenge here, and that's that Super Mega Baseball has always been about fictional content, players, teams, stadiums, and so on. So what's the right step for the series in terms of bringing real-world players in for the first time? One idea we kept coming back to was the timelessness of the game. Super Mega has always been this game that you can sit down with, and because it's not bound to the real-world events in the sport, it never feels out of date. And SMB's timelessness led us to the idea that bringing in legendary players from multiple eras of baseball history felt like a perfect fit for the series. Through partnership with the Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association, you're going to see over 200 baseball legends in SMB4, including some of the biggest names in the sport, like David Big Papi Ortiz, Jose Joey Bats Bautista, Babe the Sultan the Swat Ruth, and Willie the Say Hey Kid Mays.
Center fielder, number 24, Willie Mays.
We know some folks have wanted to see licensed players in the game for a long time now, but we also know there's some attachment to the fictional teams and players that you've spent time with over the years. So we've taken the approach of creating as much flexibility as we can around allowing you to play with whatever mix of legends, Super Mega League players, or custom players and teams that you want. The first way the former pros are going to show up in the game is in an all-new Legends League, which is a new built-in league that sits alongside the classic Super Mega League. The Legends League is made up of 8 teams, split into 2 conferences, all roughly organized by era, essentially pitting players from different eras of baseball against each other. Like the Super Mega League, the teams in the Legends League are entirely fictional, so you'll see new teams like the Mamatanks, Empire, Originators, and Joyriders. Beyond the new built-in league, which you can use in most game modes like any other league, there are several other ways you can play with a mixture of Legends, classic Super Mega players, or your custom players. For example, you can set up franchise mode so that you're playing with the classic Super Mega League, but have the Legends coming into the league over time as free agents. There's a new shuffle draft feature that allows redrafting of all players in a league using whatever mixture of Legends, Super Mega League players, and custom players that you want as the pool of players to draft from. And then you can take that league with its new rosters into a playthrough of franchise or season mode. You can also use Shuffle Draft to draft new rosters ahead of playing online leagues with your friends. We had to be really thoughtful about bringing Legends into Pennant Race with competitive balance in mind. So in Pennant Race, you'll see it still works essentially the same way it did in SMB3 and is built around the 20 carefully balanced teams in the Super Mega League, but in each race, you'll have 4 Legends ringing for each Super Mega League team. So when you're picking your team, you're going to have to consider which team is benefiting the most from those 4 ringers, and then factor them into the way you're building your lineups for each game. Legend ringers and Pennant Race will essentially replace the system in SMB3, where you saw changes in players' mojo and fitness from race to race. We've got a ton of rad stuff to show you in our upcoming deep dive videos. We mentioned this new shuffle draft feature, which we'll get more into in our gameplay deep dive. We'll also be doing deep dives on presentation and audio. Thanks for watching this one, and we'll see you in the next one.